आइडियल इंडिया टीवी, हर खबर बेफिक्र। सब्सक्राइब नाउ।
हेलो, नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम साक्षी है। सर, एक इंडियन सिटीज़न और एक पंजाबी होने के नाते मेरा एक सवाल आपसे ये था कि रिसेंटली मैं पंजाब अपने होम टाउन विजिट करके आई थी और वहाँ पे कितने सारे बैनर्स ऐसे थे, गाड़ियाँ ऐसी थी जब खुलेआम कुछ रेडिकल एलिमेंट्स जो पास्ट में ऐसे रहे हैं जैसे कि जर्नैल सिंह भिंडरावाला, इन सब के पोस्टर्स सरेआम लगे हैं। और हमारी ऐसी यूथ है जो ऐसे देशों में जाके अपॉर्चुनिटीज लेती है जिनके एमपी खुलेआम, मतलब ऐसे लोगों को एमपी बनाया जाता है जो खुलेआम इस सोच को सपोर्ट भी करते हैं। तो जब हमारी यूथ वहां पे अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए जा रही है, जिन्हें हम रोक नहीं सकते क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक उसके फायदे होते हैं, लेकिन जब रेडिकलाइजेशन किसी देश के द्वारा सपोर्ट किया जाता है, इस तरीके से इन्फ्लुएंस किया जाता है, तो ऐसे देश जैसे कि कनाडा या एक्सेट्रा, ऐसे देशों के साथ क्या फॉरेन पॉलिसी रहेगी? ऐसी चीजों को कैसे रोकें? कहीं ये ना हो कि कश्मीर जैसा पाकिस्तान हो जाए, पंजाब भी हो जाए।
आप ट्विटर फॉलो करती हैं? हाँ, करते हैं ना? Did you see my tweet yesterday? If you haven't, I would recommend. पिछले 2 दिन में एक फैशन चल रहा है सिंगल वर्ड का ट्वीट। हाँ, तो मुझे लगा कल कि मैं भी एक सिंगल वर्ड ट्वीट कर लूं, तो मैंने एक वर्ड ट्वीट किया, एकता। मैंने ट्वीट किया क्योंकि मैं स्टैचू ऑफ यूनिटी पर था, तो मुझे लगा इन आवर कंट्री एकता इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड दैट इज वाई स्टैचू ऑफ यूनिटी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और मोस्ट often when I come to Gujarat, I come there because a lot of my work is associated with that. And ये देखिए, अगेन मैंने कहा ना कि वर्ल्ड इज वेरी कॉम्पिटिटिव प्लेस। अगर हमारे यहाँ आपस में कोई डिविजन्स हो, ये लैंग्वेज के हो सकते हैं, धर्म के हो सकते हैं, एथनिसिटी, जो भी हो, दुनिया में ऐसी ताकतें होंगी जो उसका फायदा उठाना चाहेंगे और पहले उठा भी चुके हैं। माने अवध में जब आए थे वो ऐसे ही आए थे, वो माने बट कहीं ना कहीं उनको 2 लोग लड़े, वो बीच में घुस गए, किसी का फायदा उठाए और उन्होंने अपना काम कर लिया। सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस एट होम एकता। और जो आप कह रहे हैं, अगर बाहर की पॉलिटिक्स या बाहर की सरकारें जो भी हैं, अगर वो ऐसा कुछ करें जो हमें नुकसान पहुंचाता है, वी शुड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हैव द करेज टू कॉल इट आउट कि ये नहीं, हमें बर्दाश्त नहीं करना चाहिए, ना चुप रहना चाहिए। सो इफ दे डू समथिंग विच अफेक्ट्स अस, if we can take a position on oil for the common citizen, 100% we can take a position on national unity of the country, and we are doing it. That also I will tell you. I mean, some time ago I had because आपने specific एक reference लिया, I will tell you very frankly. Some time ago I had conversation with my Canadian counterpart and I told her very frankly, देखिए, आपको वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स अपने यहां करना तो कर लीजिए, वहां बैठ के मेरे यहां नहीं करिए. This I will not accept. So you know, I will envy the person who is foreign minister in 2047, but I will tell you one thing. To be foreign minister of Narendra Modi government is also a great strength. And there are core beliefs, there is confidence, there is a attitude.
How is India's defence dependence on Russia affecting Australia's relationship with New Delhi, and have you raised it with your counterpart today?
I think that question's just been covered, to be honest with you. Indian community leader?
Pavan Luthra, Indian Link Media Group from Sydney. Minister SJaishankar, there seems to be a diplomatic war brewing between Canada and India. On 23rd September, India issued a travel warning for its citizens, warning them about traveling to Canada, citing a sharp increase in incidents of hate crime, sectarian violence, and anti-India activities in Canada. Canada, in turn, has issued similar warnings of traveling to India for safety reasons. The Indian travel warning seemed to follow a Khalistan referendum, voting in Brampton on 18 September.
Will we come to the question?
The question is, how concerned are you about these kind of activities spreading internationally as the community grows, especially in Australia?
No, look, I want to be very clear here. When we issue travel advisories, we issue travel advisories as a travel measure for the security and safety of our citizens. So I would urge you not to read something into a travel advisory which is beyond the advisory. What some other country does presumably reflects their thinking and their policies. As to the Khalistani issue that you have raised, from time to time we have engaged the Canadian government. I have myself engaged my counterpart on this issue, and we have flagged the need to ensure that freedoms in a democratic society are not misused by forces which actually advocate violence and bigotry. So it's important, I think, for countries to understand today really how democracies should function not only at home, but also the responsibilities that democracies have to other democracies abroad.
Okay, so one last question, but before I throw to David Crowe, I'm just going to make this point about just from Australia's perspective, relevant to the question you asked, that the Indian diaspora is a valued and important contributor to our vibrant and resilient multicultural society.
Thank you, Minister. A question on naval matters that are closer to home, AUKUS, and also the operations of the Chinese Navy. There has been some comment recently from China about naval operations in the Indian Ocean. I wonder whether there are any concerns in India about that. And related to this, Australia obviously has the AUKUS plan for nuclear-powered submarines. Does India see that as being in any way a problem at the IAEA, or is it something that India sees as helping for the stability of the region? And I'd be interested in, Senator Wong, in your comments on this also, in terms of what position you would seek from India on AUKUS.
Well, on your first question about the Indian Ocean and the naval presence of countries in the Indian Ocean, I think it's important to appreciate that a naval presence that strengthens, safety and security and contributes to prosperity and progress in a region, by definition, is an asset to the strategic scenario of that region. Now, where we are concerned, when I look at my own Navy, other than securing our national security, we have over some years now developed a reputation, rightly, of being a first responder. We have been available when natural disasters strike, when COVID problems happened, when different countries got into difficulties of various kinds. So I think a lot of it is really what is the intent, what is the messaging, what are the behavioral characteristics, how transparent you have been. I think these are all factors when any country assesses the presence of any other country's naval forces. On the AUKUS, look, the issue did come up for debate at the General Conference. And I think the IAEA Director General, who is a very, very seasoned and very respected professional in that particular domain, is someone I know myself, having worked in that field for many years, as very well. I think he gave a very objective assessment of what the issue was all about, and I think we respected that, and we urged other members to do so as well.
On AUKUS, very briefly, as you know, Australia is seeking to replace a necessary capability. Australia has no intention of acquiring nuclear weapons. We remain compliant with the NPT. We have an impeccable record when it comes to compliance with the NPT. And we are working through and will work through with the IAEA to ensure that that record stands with full transparency, and that was what we indicated very clearly to the conference.
Ideal India TV, हर खबर बेफिक्र. Subscribe now.